you can disappear tomorrow, right? I can walk you through 3 steps right now that are going to help you disappear tomorrow. But none of them are convenient. They're all extremely secure, right? The first thing you do is every piece of digital technology you have that is connected to you in any way is now dead. You just let the battery run out.
Forever.
You never touch it again, starting at this moment. What you have to do is go out and acquire a new one. Realistically, you will not be able to acquire a new one in the United States by buying it. Because to do so, you would tie it to your credit card, you would tie it to a location, a time, a place, a registered name, whatever else. So you would have to acquire it essentially by theft or through the black market. So you would want something because you're going to need the advantage of technology without it being in your name. So you go out and you steal a phone or you steal a laptop, you do whatever you have to do to make sure that you can get on with the password and whatever else that might be, as dirty or as clean as you want that to be. We're all morally flexible here. But now you have a technological device that you can work with. And then from there on, you're just doing whatever you have to do, whether you're stealing every step of the way or whether you run a massive con. Keep in mind that we often talk about con men and cons. Do you know what the word that con is a root word for? Confidence. That's what a con man is. A con man is a confidence man.
Mm-hmm.
Just somebody who is so brazenly confident that the people around them, living in their own perception, not perspective, in their perception, they're like, well, this guy really knows what he's talking about, so I'm going to do what he says. So you can run a massive con, and that can take care of your finances, that can take care of your lodging, whatever else it is. You are whoever you present yourself to be. So if you want to be Bill for the afternoon, just go tell people your name is Bill. They're not going to question you.
So the intelligence, the natural web of intelligence gathering systems we have in the United States and in the world, are they going to believe for long that you're Bill? Are they
until you do something that makes them think otherwise? If you are consistent, we talked about consistency being the superpower. If you are consistent, they will think you're Bill forever.
How difficult is that to do?
It's not convenient. It's quite difficult.
Was that like require training?
It does require training.
Because why do criminals always get caught?
Because they stop being consistent. Criminals, I never hesitate to admit this, but people tell me I should hesitate to admit it. So now I hesitate because of the guidance I've gotten to hesitate, right? Yeah. I like criminals. I'm friends with a number of criminals because the only people who get me, like right away who get me, are criminals. Because we know what it's like to basically abandon all the rules, do our own thing our own way, and watch the world just keep turning.
Yeah.
Most people are so stuck in the trap of normal thought and behavior that when I tell them, they just go tell people your name is Bill. Mm-hmm. Most people are going to say, psh, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
But a criminal will be like, oh yeah, I did that once.
Yeah.
I just told everybody my name was Nancy. And I'm a dude. And they still believed me.
Yeah.
Criminals just get it, right?
Yeah.
So what happens with criminals is they go to the school of hard knocks. They learn criminal behavior on the job. Spies go to school. We go to the best spy school in the world. We go to Langley's, the farm, right? What's known as Field Tradecraft Course, FTC, in a covert location for a covert period of time, and covert. So if anybody from CIA is watching, I'm not breaking any rules. It's all on Wikipedia, but it's not coming from me.
Yeah.
But that's how we do it. They train us from 100 years of experience in the best ways to carry out covert operations, which are all just criminal activities overseas. We learn how to do it the right way so that we don't get caught. We learn how to be consistent. More importantly, we learn how to create an operation that has a limited lifespan, because the longer it lives, the more at risk you are. So you want operations to be short, concise, on the X, off the X, limit your room for mistakes. Criminals they default to wanting these long-term operations because they don't want to have to recreate a new way to make money every 15 days.
You mentioned if anybody from the CIA is watching, so I've seen you talk about the fact that sort of people that are currently working at the CIA would kind of look down on the people who've left the CIA, and they deride them, especially if you go public, especially if there's a book and all that kind of stuff. Do you feel the pressure of that to be quiet? Do to not do something like this conversation that we're doing today.
I feel the silent judgment. That's very real. I feel it for myself, and I feel it for my wife, who doesn't appear on camera very often, but who's also former CIA. We both feel the judgment. We know that right now, 3 days after this is released, somebody's going to send an email on a closed network system inside CIA headquarters, and there's a bunch of people who are going to laugh at it, a bunch of people who are going to say that who knows what, it's not going to be good stuff.
A bunch of people you respect, probably.
A bunch of people who I'm trying to bring honor to. Whether I know them or respect them is irrelevant. These are people who are out there doing the deed every day. And I want to bring them honor. And I want to do that in a way that I get to share what they can't share and what they won't share when they leave, because they will also feel the silent pressure, the pressure to the shame, the judgment, right? But the truth is that I've done this now long enough. The first few times that I spoke out publicly, the response to being a positive voice for what the sacrifice is that people are making, it's so refreshing to be an honest voice that people don't normally hear, that it's too important. One day I'm going to be gone, and my kids are going to look back on all this, and they're going to see their dad trying to do the right thing for the right reasons. And even if my son or daughter ends up at CIA, and even if they get ridiculed for being, oh, you're the Bustamante kid, right? Your dad's a total sellout, whatever it might be. Like, I want them to know, dad was doing what he could to bring honor to the organization, even when he couldn't stay in the organization anymore.